The night sky over Coruscant burned orange. Smoke curled from the lower levels of the city, but the Jedi Temple still stood tall, for now. Anakin Skywalker walked up the long stone steps alone. No army, no clones, just him. His boots echoed on the marble. His jaw was tight. His eyes, once blue, now glowed a sickly yellow. At the top of the stairs, 2 Jedi sentries spotted him. They smiled at first. He was the chosen one. He was family. "Master Skywalker," one called out. "What's wrong? Why are you?" Snap hiss. The blue blade ignited in Anakin's hand. He moved like lightning. 2 strikes, 2 bodies, silence. He stepped over them and pushed open the great doors. Inside, younglings were being led to safety by Master Sin Dralig. They froze when they saw him. A little Togruta girl stepped forward, her voice shaking. "Master Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we going to do?" Anakin looked down at her. For 1 second, 1 heartbeat. The old Anakin flickered behind his eyes. Then he raised his lightsaber. Sin Dralig charged forward with his own blade, screaming for the younglings to run. Their sabers clashed in a storm of blue light. Sparks flew across the marble floor. Dralig was fast, one of the best swordsmen in the Order. But Anakin was something else now. Something darker. Something hungry. In 30 seconds, it was over. Dralig fell. The younglings scattered. Anakin walked deeper into the temple, blade humming. Hunting. Above him, alarms began to scream. The Jedi Council chamber locked down. Masters across the galaxy felt a great disturbance, like 1,000 voices crying out at once. Mace Windu, still recovering from his duel with Palpatine, sensed it first. His blood ran cold. "No," he whispered, "he's already inside." And as Anakin Skywalker climbed the temple stairs toward the council chamber, a single cloaked figure stepped out of the shadows behind him, lightsaber in hand. It was not a Jedi. It was Ahsoka Tano. The Jedi Temple still burned behind him. Anakin Skywalker stood on the landing platform, his black cloak heavy with ash. His ship waited, engines already humming. Mustafar was next, the Separatist leaders, the final orders from his new master. But as he stepped toward the ramp, he stopped. A wave hit him. Not pain, not anger, something else. Something warm. The Force was reaching out to him. His vision blurred, the platform faded, and suddenly, he was somewhere else, a small room. Soft light, white curtains moving in a gentle breeze. He could smell flowers, Naboo flowers, and there she was, Padmé. She was alive. Sitting up in bed, her hair was loose, her face was tired but glowing. And in her arms, wrapped in a soft blue blanket, was a baby boy. She looked up at Anakin. Her eyes were full of tears, but she was smiling. "Ani," she whispered, "come and meet your son. His name is Luke." Anakin's breath caught in his throat. He stepped forward slowly. The baby was so small, so real. He could feel the tiny heartbeat through the Force, bright, pure, untouched by darkness. He reached out a trembling hand, and the vision shattered. He was back on the platform, cold wind on his face, his ship still waiting. His lightsaber still on his belt, the same blade that had cut down children only hours ago. Anakin staggered. He fell to one knee, gasping. Tears burned his yellow eyes. "Luke," he whispered, "a son. I have a son." For the first time since the temple fell, he hesitated. The dark side screamed inside his head, "Go to Mustafar. Finish the mission, save her." But the vision still glowed in his heart. Padmé, alive. Future, a family. He turned his head slowly toward the ship, then toward the medical tower across the city, where Padmé truly was. 2 paths, 1 choice. And as Anakin Skywalker stood frozen between his ship and his wife, a cold, familiar voice crackled through his comlink. "Lord Vader, why have you not yet departed for Mustafar?" It was Darth Sidious. Anakin stood frozen on the platform. The comlink crackled again in his ear. "Lord Vader, answer me." But Anakin did not move. His mind was racing. Pieces were falling into place. Pieces he had been too blind, too afraid to see before. Palpatine had told him Padmé would die in childbirth, that only the dark side could save her. That was why he turned. That was why he killed. But the vision showed her alive, holding a son Palpatine never mentioned, a son the Sith Lord did not want him to know about. Anakin's hands began to shake. "He lied," Anakin whispered. "He lied to me." The dark side howled inside his chest, trying to drown out the truth. But the truth was louder now, louder than fear, louder than anger. Palpatine did not want to save Padmé. He wanted her gone. He wanted the child gone, because a child of the Chosen One was a threat, a future Jedi, future rival. Anakin had been used. Every mission, every whisper in the dark, every push toward the Council, every reason to hate the Jedi. It had all been a trap, a long, slow trap, built to twist him into a weapon. And the worst part? It had worked. His yellow eyes filled with tears. He thought of Master Windu, lying dead in the Chancellor's office. He thought of the younglings in the temple. He thought of Sindralig, of Ahsoka, watching him from the shadows. He had murdered them for a lie. His comlink buzzed again. Palpatine's voice was colder now, sharper. Vader, do not disappoint me. Anakin slowly raised the comlink to his lips. His voice was quiet, broken, but underneath something new was burning. Not the dark side, rage, pure, focused rage, aimed at the right enemy this time. Yes, Master, he said softly. I am leaving now. He cut the channel. But he did not walk toward his ship. He turned, and he walked the other way, toward the medical tower, toward Padmé, toward Luke. And high above Coruscant in the dark spire of his office, Darth Sidious stared out the window, and slowly smiled a cruel, knowing smile. So, the boy has chosen. Good. Let the hunt begin. Anakin's boots pounded against the metal floor of the Senate district. Rain had started to fall over Coruscant. Cold drops hit his burning skin. He had seen Padmé, only for a moment. She was safe in the medical tower, guarded by Bail Organa's men. He had not gone inside. He could not yet, not with blood still on his hands. But he had made her a promise through the glass. I will end this, he whispered. For Luke, for you. Now he stood outside the Chancellor's spire, the tallest tower on Coruscant, the dark heart of the new empire. His lightsaber hung at his belt, the same blade Obi-Wan had once trusted him with, the same blade that had cut down children only hours ago. Tonight it would taste Sith blood. The guards at the door saw him coming. Red robes, crimson helmets, the Emperor's personal royal guard. They lowered their force pikes. Lord Vader, you are not expected. I know, Anakin said. He ignited his blade. It was over in seconds. 2 guards down, then 4, then 6. The blue blade flashed like lightning in the rain. He did not slow down. He did not blink. He stepped over the bodies and pressed his palm to the lift panel. The doors hissed open. He stepped inside. The lift began to rise up, toward the top floor, toward the man who had stolen everything from him. His reflection stared back at him in the polished metal walls, yellow eyes, pale skin, a face he barely recognized. Behind those yellow eyes, something blue was starting to fight back. The lift stopped. The doors opened. The Emperor's office was dark, quiet, empty. Anakin stepped inside, lightsaber raised. Sidious, he shouted. Show yourself. A soft chuckle came from the shadows behind him. My young apprentice, the voice hissed. I have been expecting you. Anakin spun around, and there, standing in the dark, robes black as space, eyes glowing like coals, was Darth Sidious. And he was not alone. 6 red lightsabers ignited behind him. The Inquisitors had come. Anakin Skywalker stood alone against 7 blades of fire. And somewhere across the city, in a quiet white room, baby Luke opened his eyes for the very first time. The first Inquisitor lunged. Anakin moved like a storm. His blue blade flashed once, twice, and the red saber clattered to the floor along with its owner. He spun low, cut through a second Inquisitor's leg, then drove his blade up through the chest of a third. 3 down, 3 to go, plus the Emperor. Sidious watched from the shadows, hands folded inside his sleeves. He was smiling. Yes, the Sith Lord hissed. Use your anger, boy. Strike them down. But Anakin was not angry anymore. He was focused, cold, clear. He thought of Luke, of those tiny fingers, of Padmé's smile. And every swing of his lightsaber became sharper, faster, cleaner. The 4th Inquisitor fell. Then the 5th. The 6th tried to run. Anakin threw his blade through the air. It spun like a buzzsaw and cut the Inquisitor down before returning to his hand. The office was silent now. Only Sidious remained. Very good, the Emperor whispered. But you are still my apprentice. He raised his hands. and lightning exploded from his fingers. Blue fire crashed into Anakin. He screamed. The energy slammed him through the office window. Glass shattered. He fell into the open Coruscant sky. But Anakin Skywalker was the chosen one. He reached out with the Force. A passing speeder bike froze mid-air. He pulled himself onto it, gripped the handles, and roared back up toward the tower. Sidious stepped out onto the broken ledge, cackling. "You cannot win, boy." Anakin shot toward him at full speed. Lightning crashed against his speeder. Sparks flew. The machine exploded. But Anakin leaped off it at the last second, lightsaber raised. Screaming through the rain, he crashed into the office. Saber against lightning, blue against blue. The whole tower shook. Senators watching from nearby buildings dove for cover. The sky above Coruscant flashed white again and again. Anakin's skin smoked. His armor melted. But he pushed forward, one step then another. "I am not your slave," he roared, and he drove his lightsaber forward, straight through Darth Sidious's chest. The Sith Lord's eyes went wide. His lightning died. His body crumpled to the floor. But as Anakin stood over him, breathing hard, Sidious whispered one final word, a name Anakin did not expect. Snoke. The Chancellor's office came a storm of light. Mace Windu drove forward. Palpatine screamed and hurled lightning across the room. In the original Fate of the Galaxy, Anakin Skywalker arrived alone, torn between fear and loyalty. But this time, another figure entered beside him. Small, calm, and terrible in his power, Yoda stepped through the broken doorway. "See clearly you must," Yoda said. That one moment changed everything. Anakin saw Palpatine's face twist, not in weakness but in hunger. He saw the lie at the center of every promise. Padmé had never been Palpatine's goal. Control had always been the goal. The war, the Senate, the Jedi Purge, all of it. Palpatine sensed the shift. He turned fast, trying to split them apart with fear. "Skywalker," he hissed, "only I can save." Anakin did not let him finish. He moved with raw speed, blade flashing through the dark. At the same instant, Yoda pushed back the Sith lightning, and Windu struck from the side. 3 directions, 1 heartbeat, no escape. Palpatine's red blade snapped up too late. Anakin's strike cut deep. Windu's blow followed. And the Dark Lord of the Sith fell. Silence crashed over Coruscant. For a second, no body moved. Then the truth hit Anakin harder than any saber. He had killed the man he trusted. The war was built on a corpse in fine robes. Yoda looked toward the Senate district, already sensing fear spreading through the Force. The clone army still waited. Order code still existed. Across the Republic, commanders stood ready for one command. And in the dark, someone chose to use it. Far from Coruscant, a hidden signal began to move through the clone network. Palpatine was dead, but Order 66 was still alive. When Palpatine died, the Republic did not rise clean and bright. It survived like a wounded soldier, shaken but still alive. Emergency orders were canceled. Some clone units still attacked their Jedi generals, but without the Sith Lord guiding every move, the slaughter broke into chaos. Obi-Wan and Yoda acted fast. Bail Organa turned the Senate against the dead Chancellor. At last, the truth spread across Coruscant. Palpatine had created the war. That truth saved the Republic, but it did not save Anakin from guilt. For weeks, he lived like a man walking through smoke. He had served Palpatine. He had trusted him. He had almost become the blade that destroyed the Jedi forever. Padmé refused to let him fall into that darkness. She stood with him through trials, funerals, and public fury. She held his face and said, "You came back to us. That is what matters." The Jedi changed too. Pain forced honesty where pride never could. The Council admitted its failures. It had trusted rules more than people, distance more than truth. Anakin was not made a master, and he did not ask for it. But he was no longer treated like a threat waiting to explode. For the first time in years, he could breathe. Then the twins were born. Luke arrived first, loud and strong. Leia followed a moment later, fierce from her first breath. Anakin held them both, then held Luke again when the room grew quiet. He looked at his son and felt peace instead of fear. No black armor, no burning shore, no machine breath. Only a father, trembling, promising his child that the darkness had ended at last. For the first time, the Chosen One wanted no throne, no prophecy, and no war. He wanted a family and a future, but far beyond the Republic, old Sith secrets were still moving in the dark. As Luke slept in Anakin's arms, a cold tremor passed through the Force. Vader would never rise, but something else was coming. Peace did not arrive with trumpets. It came quietly, like a tired soldier walking home through ash. Months after Palpatine fell, Coruscant still shook with hearings, arrests, and grief. The Senate had survived, but trust had not. Entire sectors demanded answers. The Jedi Temple stood open again, yet its halls felt thinner, haunted by names spoken in memorial tones. In the middle of that wounded victory stood Anakin Skywalker. To the public, he was the hero who helped expose the Sith. To himself, he was the man who almost handed the galaxy to darkness. Every cheer felt like judgment now. Padmé saw it first. When the celebrations ended and the cameras left, Anakin would stand over the twins for long stretches, silent and still. Luke slept with one hand curled near his chin. Leia kicked at every blanket as if already fighting the galaxy. Anakin loved them with a force deeper than fear, yet fear remained. In dreams, he heard Palpatine whispering about loss, power, and fate. He woke with his jaw locked and his hands shaking. Padmé would touch his arm and say nothing at first. She knew words could not reach the place where shame had buried itself. The Jedi Council watched him too, though not with the same cold distance as before. Obi-Wan argued for patience, Yoda argued for truth. Both knew the old order had trained Anakin to hide his pain until it became danger. So they changed. The temple no longer demanded that he pretend to be untouched by fear. Instead, they pulled him back into service slowly. Meditations with Yoda, quiet missions with Obi-Wan, time away from the Senate, away from praise, away from rumors. The council did not trust him fully. Anakin knew that, but they were trying to understand him. Still, the galaxy would not let Anakin rest. New reports emerged each week from worlds scarred by the Clone War. Separatist holdouts raided convoys, local governors refused Republic law. Black market cells traded stolen battle droids and clone command codes. Many citizens wanted one strong leader to crush the disorder. When they said that, they did not speak Palpatine's name anymore. They spoke Anakin's. Veteran troops trusted him. Citizens admired him. Some senators even suggested a new office for wartime security, led by the man who had defeated the Sith. The offer was noble. To him, applause was hiding chains. He tried to ignore it. He spent his days helping rebuild transport lanes and escorting relief ships into systems still littered with mines. He used a lightsaber less often now. He preferred his hands, his voice, and his rank. When pirates boarded refugee carriers, he disarmed them without killing if he could. When senators shouted at one another, he walked out before anger could choose his words. The Republic praised this new discipline, but inside him the old fire still lived. Every crisis lit it, every delay fed it. Weak compromise made him think the galaxy needed a stronger hand. One mission proved how thin that control really was. A Senate convoy vanished near the mid-rim world of Gorsic, where former separatist officers had built a fortress inside a canyon network. Obi-Wan wanted negotiation first. Anakin agreed, but only because Padmé had asked him to return home without another battlefield inside his mind. The talks lasted 11 minutes. Then the hostages were marched onto a landing platform with blasters at their backs. Anakin felt the old heat surge through him. Before Obi-Wan could stop him, he leaped from the shuttle and cut them down in blind fury. The hostages lived. That was all the Holonews cared about. They replayed the rescue as proof that Skywalker was the blade the Republic needed. They did not show what Obi-Wan saw afterward. Anakin standing in the smoke, breathing hard, staring at wounded enemies who no longer posed any threat. They did not hear his voice, low and dangerous, when one captured officer laughed and said the Republic was too weak to last. Obi-Wan stepped between them just as Anakin raised his saber again. For a long second, master and student faced each other as if Mustafar waited again. On the flight back, nobody spoke until the stars stretched into hyperspace. Then Obi-Wan asked the one question Anakin hated most. When he mocked you, what did you feel? Anakin looked out at the blue tunnel. He wanted to say anger. He wanted to say duty. The truth was uglier. He had felt relief. Relief at the thought of ending a problem with one strike. Relief at being stronger than the rules, stronger than delay, stronger than debate. Obi-Wan listened without flinching. That is how it begins, he said. Not with evil plans. With belief pain gives permission. Anakin carried those words home, but home brought its own battle. Padmé had returned to the Senate, where reform moved slower than any army. She fought to dismantle emergency powers, free worlds trapped in war debt, and place clone veterans under civilian protection instead of secret command. Each vote created enemies. Each speech brought threats. At night, security teams circled their apartment like silent moons. Anakin hated every guard, every scan, every delay between danger and response. When Padmé spoke about law, he spoke about survival. Their arguments lasted, yet the space after them lingered. Love remained. Ease did not. Yoda sensed the fracture widening and summoned Anakin to the old meditation chamber above the temple gardens. Rain tapped against the glass as the Grand Master sat across from him in silence. At last Yoda said, "A shadow defeated is not a shadow gone." Anakin almost laughed. He was tired of lessons that sounded like riddles. Yet Yoda did not turn away. He spoke of fear not as shame, but as weather. It returned. It changed form. It tested every door left unguarded. Think darkness died with Sidious, many believe. Wrong they are. In galaxy, still it lives in you. Those words proved true sooner than anyone expected. Intelligence agents traced Palpatine's network to hidden vaults scattered across the outer rim. Most held records, credits, and blackmail files. One held something worse. Beneath an abandoned listening post on Yakran, Republic forces discovered a chamber lined with Sith relics and encoded star maps. The moment Anakin entered, the air changed. He felt watched. He felt invited. At the center of the room rested a holocron shaped like a dark crystal heart. No one else could open it. When Anakin touched it, red light bled across the floor, and Palpatine's voice returned.